to the Manager's Tea Break. I'm Nikki, and thanks for spending your break with me. Today's episode is what customers really want, what we can learn from United Airlines' Wi-Fi announcement gone wrong. This summer, I flew back to the US to attend a family wedding. As a frequent flyer, I had prepared accordingly. iPad, charged and ready. Netflix, TV shows downloaded. Spotify, playlists available offline. Yet, I made a mistake I've done already one too many times before, connecting the iPad to the airport Wi-Fi during my layover. After my connecting flight took off, when settling myself down with my iPad, ready to watch a little TV, I realized my error. Most of the shows I had previously prepared had now disappeared. Those that remained displayed the error, download not available in this country. I started mentally kicking myself. Fool, you should have kept it on airplane mode until arriving. Groaning and resigning myself to the airline's offering, I looked up at the seat console TV to browse the in-flight options. Then I noticed a little sticker on the back of the seat, reading, "Free high-speed in-flight Wi-Fi available." Instantly, my brain oscillated from hallelujah to complete skepticism. I bet it's expensive and slow as hell. I tried connecting to the network, and as expected, I was met with not much. After waiting a little while, an orange error message under the Wi-Fi network appeared that read no internet connection. I tried forgetting and reconnecting to the network a few times, and eventually I did manage to get a connection. And incredibly, it seemed like it was indeed for free. I had assumed there would be tiered plans. But I couldn't get a single web page to load. It was just continuously buffering. Now the frustration I had with myself for connecting to the internet prematurely was displaced onto the airline. I felt it was a classic case of overpromise, underdeliver, and it left me feeling even more irritated than before. In-flight Wi-Fi is a hot topic. Airlines are spending big to have faster, more reliable internet than their competitors. Delta Airlines spent $1 billion on improving its in-flight Wi-Fi last year, and then made the service free. Business travelers in particular are interested in high-speed, reliable internet to be able to work on the go. United Airlines made the headlines for Wi-Fi this week with their announcement that Starlink would be providing their new high-speed in-flight Wi-Fi. But when tech influencer Marcus Brownlee asked the simple question we all want to know, how fast is it exactly? The response was crickets. United essentially highlighted to everyone that there's a huge disconnect between what they're communicating versus what customers actually want to know. This disconnect caused damage to the brand and resulted in a missed opportunity for the airline to set itself apart from the competition. The background. Here's the original Twitter or X post with United's announcement. Quote, "The world's most advanced high-speed Wi-Fi is coming to United with Starlink for free. You'll be able to stream, game, shop, and more on seatback screens and personal devices simultaneously. Expect the same internet you get on the ground at 35,000 feet. We expect to have Starlink on all 1,000 United planes over the next several years," unquote. Yet they left out a key detail: how fast and reliable the Wi-Fi would be. Chiming in with that question on behalf of the internet, Marcus Brownlee asked, quote, "What type of speeds are we talking here?" Unquote. United's response was simply to nudge him in the direction of the website, which offered no further information. Quote, "Check out the link for all the deets," unquote. And Marquez responded, quote, "There's no speed mentioned. I read everything I could find," unquote. And there was a delightful community note added to this tweet later on, which just confirmed there are no details on the speed contained in the reference link or related blog post. Finally, a mere 7 hours after their original response, and probably only after having realized the reach that Brownlee has, the social media team responded by anticlimactically announcing that there wasn't any information on that just yet. Quote, "Hi Marquez, while we're not sharing specific speeds just yet, it will be fast enough to feel like a home internet experience in the sky. We'll be testing this starting in 2025, so stay tuned for more." Unquote. What customers want to know. Did the social media team perform a faux pas by brushing off the influencer's original question? Absolutely. But this is a much bigger issue. This interaction highlights the disconnect between what the airline thought was important, a new provider, technology, versus what customers actually think is important, speed, reliability. It's about understanding your customers. Most of United's customers are ambivalent about a Starlink connection on board. They just want fast Wi-Fi. So if you tell them you've changed providers without telling them how fast they can download, upload, then you've given your customers pretty useless information. We can be sure that at United, there were a number of people working on that news post, so we can say with confidence that this goes wider than the scapegoated social media team. And let's face it, that team probably asked the same question when the post went live and tried to be deliberately vague when customers inevitably asked. United clearly tried to speak the same language as its customers, using words like high speed, stream, and free. It knows what customers are looking for. Good high-speed internet on a flight is absolutely a potential differentiator. But using the same language as the customer matters little if the content is missing. Instead, the communication comes across as inauthentic and harms the United brand, because when customers dive a little deeper, it feels like smoke and mirrors, and that the brand's trying to announce they have something they don't. Unfortunately for United, this whole thread has simply highlighted that they don't have fast, free Wi-Fi, although we now know they are working on a plan to fix that. According to their newsroom, quote, "Testing begins in early 2025 with the first passenger flights expected later that year," unquote. But when is it guaranteed to be available on my next flight? And how fast will it be? Who knows? What a missed opportunity for the brand. United got many things right. It knows its customers value high-speed internet. It knows they want it for free, aka included in the ticket price. It knows why they want it, streaming, gaming, working, etc. It knows it could potentially set itself apart on the market with a strong Wi-Fi in its offering. And it knows a big name like Starlink can help it get publicity. But it would have been more successful if it put itself in its customers' shoes and thought about what they would want to know. How fast will it be? How will this affect the quality I stream my TV movies in? How does this compare to what other airlines are offering? I mean, didn't Qatar Airways do a similar partnership with Starlink last year? What makes this one unique? What will this mean for me? What inconveniences will this save me? When is this new Wi-Fi guaranteed to be available so I know for my next flight? Who will it be available to? Will the speed be the same across all classes? Will there be any data limits or other restrictions? United doesn't have to have all the answers right now, but by thinking through these questions, it would have formulated a more effective piece of communication. Customers don't need vague promises about future technology. They want transparency, real engagement with the brand when they ask a question on social media, and most importantly, results. When I'm on a flight and see promotion for in-flight Wi-Fi in front of my face, I expect it to work when I connect. Similarly, United's customers aren't concerned with a supplier name, as fashionable as Starlink's is. They just want fast, reliable Wi-Fi and clear communication about when it will be available. Ultimately, United failed to understand what customers really want: tangible results and straightforward answers to their questions, not hype. Without concrete details like Wi-Fi speeds or timelines for its availability, customers can easily become skeptical. And airline customers don't want to be left guessing or digging for information. We do that enough every time we wonder if our hand luggage is still allowed on board or if the size requirements changed again. Customers want transparency, engagement, and results. United Airlines Wi-Fi partnership announcement is the perfect example of what happens when a brand misses the mark, and it risks losing customer trust as a result. Thanks for listening. My name is Nikki, and this has been the latest episode of The Manager's Tea Break. If you enjoyed today's podcast, then please go ahead and leave a review. New episodes are released every month, so I also encourage you to go ahead and follow or subscribe to the podcast if you're not already. And that's it. I will hear you guys, or you will hear me, in the next month's episode of The Manager's Tea Break. Until then, take care.